Herbicide-resistant weeds are a significant issue, and the Crop Protection Hub allows us to do a couple things. One, we can find the status of herbicide-resistant weeds in different parts of the province, and then we can look for control options. So if you are under the weed control search, you look at related links, and the top one is herbicide-resistant weed maps. This takes us to an ArcGIS interactive database that we just built that houses 25 years of herbicide resistance testing data in the province. And so you can see here there's almost 1,700 cases of herbicide resistance in the province. We can filter if we select this arrow along the left-hand side of the screen. You just click it on, it comes out, and we can search by municipality, species name, test result, whether the resistance is multiple resistance or singular resistance, the type of herbicides in the year. So it allows us to get a real good snapshot. So for example, if I'm curious about water hemp, it provides a snapshot of the cases in the province. So there's 141 individual populations of water hemp that are resistant. Why these numbers are larger than 141 is this represents the number of herbicides, modes of action that are resistant. So you might have one case of water hemp or one population of water hemp that's resistant to 4 herbicides. So that's why this number becomes bigger here. And so let's just say we lived in Lambton County. We wanted to see what's going on there. You'll see along the right hand side you get a snapshot that 30% of the populations tested were resistant to 3 modes of action, a quarter were resistant to 4 modes of action, 23% of the populations tested were susceptible. That's probably older data, right, if you were to break it down by year. Anyway, below the bar graph shows the breakdown of different types or different herbicide groups where the resistance exists. And where that information becomes valuable, and in this case we have resistance to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups, is when we go to search for options. Let's say in corn, let's say Roundup Ready corn is what we're growing. We're in the post-emergent window, and the weeds I have are water hemp. That's a primary driver. So we have other weeds like lamb's quarters. You're never just one weed, right? We might have ragweed. Let's throw in some foxtail there. Let's throw in some other grassy weeds. Right. So we're in Roundup Ready corn. We have a number of treatments that give over 90% control based on the 6 species we checked, but we just looked in that database and found water hemp is widely resistant to a number of herbicide groups. So here is where I can identify that. I think some of these weeds might be resistant to the following groups, and so that's where I select. There was in that database group 2, there was group 9, there was group 14, there was actually group 5. So there's 4 modes of action. And when you select those, it eliminates products that would otherwise be there, right? So straight glyphosate appeared in the original search. Now that we've identified glyphosate or group 9 resistance, it is removed from an option that will control those weeds. So that's one way we can filter by the herbicide resistant weed that we've selected.